Good morning. It's Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix, Tuesday, August 6th, 2024. Also, it is primary election day, so if you haven't looked at your ballot, still time to do that. Look online. And
I'm going to be honest, I barely knew that the primary was even coming up because I'm not used to them being this time of year. Michigan has them so late.
I don't know if they're late or early. I'll take your word for it. I just know,
ours were in May, so it always felt like it was the first half of the year. That it was forever
down
until
in
the
Kentucky,
election.
you guys got to get to it early.
I guess so. They're like, we already know what you're going to do. Why even bother with this?
Well, that's a good question in general, regardless of what we're voting for. But hey,
Fair.
It's a fun process, and
Absolutely.
People fought and died for it, so you should definitely exercise your right
Absolutely.
to vote today. Laura, how are you doing?
You know what, Joe? I'm going to just go ahead and get right into the meat of this morning's problems. I had a horrible night last night.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's not your fault necessarily, but you do get to have an I told you so moment. So I'm going to go ahead before I even say a word about my evening. Joe, go ahead. Tell me I told you so.
What? I told you so, but what did I tell you about? I tell you about a lot of things.
My car broke down. My brand new 2024 Santa Fe broke down on the side of 96 yesterday. And I have so many horrible things I could say right now, but I don't think the FCC would like them. So I'm going to save and try to compose myself for 7:30 this morning. So it's 7:25 if you'll meet us back here, or if you're not able to be back here, then you can listen to it on radio on demand. I'll post it up on TikTok and Instagram as soon as I get my thoughts together. But yesterday, my husband and my baby were stranded on the side of 96 at 10 o'clock at night. I've never been so upset in my entire life as I am this morning.
I really feel bad in the situation saying I told you so, but I feel like I have to embrace it either way because it's not my fault.
No, and at the end of the day, what you were telling me is not at all what happened with the
Laura's
car.
new car, she's been driving it everywhere. The past, month or two?
2 months. I've had
2 months?
I got it the weekend of Mother's Day.
Almost 10,000 miles in 2 months.
Barely August. It's been less than 3 months, less than 10,000 miles. The whole thing is shot right now. It cannot be driven in the parking lot at work. Had you parked in the same parking lot as me, you would have noticed that my husband's car is here today, and he and the baby cannot leave the house until I get home from work today because my car is a lemon sitting in front of my dang house.
Well, as much as I'm sorry to hear that, which I really am, this sucks because it feels so good to say I told you so.
And it has nothing to do with why you get to say it. It makes me even more mad.
It doesn't matter, though, because when you get to say I told you so, you get to say I told you so.
I'm just...
But I don't feel good saying it because, I know this sucks. But you know what I mean?
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, everyone is happy, healthy, asleep in their beds except for me, who is just seething. And the dealership that I'm not going to mention right now may hear a lot of words from me later this morning. And I just really hope that they do the right thing, or they're going to hear a lot of words from me on the radio also later this week.
I wonder if anybody that works as a mechanic or at a car dealership.
What do you do when your car breaks down at less than 10,000 miles? What is the game plan? Has anyone out there gone through this?
I don't think so. I don't think anybody else has driven it as far as you have in that amount of time.
It has nothing to do with it. 616-600-0957. If you are any way an expert about cars, car dealerships, anything, my late father was the business manager of a Ford dealership. He would have been the person I would have went to in this scenario. Clearly, that is not going to work out for me this time here in West Michigan. And I don't know what to do anymore other than to be very angry. And I know that's not the right answer.
And if you can just make me feel better about feeling... It's weird because I told her so.
Stop it. 616-600-0957. If anyone has any advice for me here.
Is your car messed up?
Yeah, man.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
Is an alligator on the loose in West Michigan? Well, there's been a report at Lake Crockery in Ottawa Township that there is.
Why?
A fisherman says he saw a 6-foot alligator, but he wasn't able to snap any pictures.
That's what they always say. Oh, look at this 6-foot alligator I found.
With the information going around that there's a potential sighting, a lot of people have taken to the water to try to find it. We have not had any more report since the initial one that came in yesterday.
If it's out here, we'll see it.
The DNR says that occasionally alligators do get released in Michigan, but they can't survive our winters. A little too cold for those guys. We need to get a pontoon and go find this thing.
No, I've spent enough time growing up in Florida to know you leave gators alone and let the professionals do it, because I like all of my hands and limbs, thank you. But hey, here's a place you won't see an alligator, at least hopefully not. Blandford Nature Center is celebrating the end of summer with free admission this entire month.
That's cool.
Yeah, you'll be able to explore the 264-acre preserve for no cost from dawn to dusk every single day in August, and it's all made possible thanks to a donation by Meyer. So shout out Meyer for letting us be there. While some activities such as yoga still will cost you a little bit of money, most of the stuff is free, including story time and their wildflower craft Wednesdays. So I might have to take the little guy over there. Nice shady place to walk around with the baby.
That is cool. And for your final need-to-know news story, we head to the internet where Dolce & Gabbana is selling a new perfume for dogs.
I am delicate, authentic, charismatic, sensitive, enigmatic. 'Cause I'm not just a dog. I'm Fefe. Fefe.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to spend what they want for this, but have I Googled recently perfume for dogs because my dog smells like Frito chips? Maybe I have, Joe, and maybe this doesn't seem like such a bad idea.
It sounds like a terrible idea if you want to pursue this. A 3.5-ounce bottle will cost you around $100 or so. They say it's fresh and delicate notes of ylang-lang, well, I don't know, musk and sandalwood. I know sandalwood. I don't know. Let your dog smell like Fritos, Laura. Don't buy this.
If it was a little cheaper, I would absolutely fall for it.
Of course you would. That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. Big Joe and Laura and you here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. You know the alphabet song we all learned, I believe, like in kindergarten or at home, something to the effect of like A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Yeah, it worked really well. I remember it after all these years.
I don't know. We played Laura Can't Lose, and I tripped you up with how many letters are in the alphabet.
I never counted how many there were. I just know the order of them, okay?
If you're wondering, there's 26, but...
I thought there were 27. Let's not talk about it. There's an extra one somewhere in there, and it's festive.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, we've been out of school for a while. You have a little one now, but he's not going to be in school for years now.
Yeah, a couple few.
But I thought this was interesting. I didn't know this. There's a new alphabet or newer alphabet song over the past couple of years, I guess. And it's got a lot of people confused. Laura, let me see how you do with this one. Check this out.
Okay.
A, B, C.
Oh, let me turn it on.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q,
No.
R, S, T,
Nope.
U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Nope.
Now I never will forget how to say the alphabet.
Oh, the end rhymes better. I'll give them now. I'll never forget how to say the alphabet, but I could just sing the old song and then change the end to that.
I think it's just habit. Like if I had a kid or if I was a kid, I bet I could learn it that way because it's the same kind of, I guess, cadence or rhythm of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, but it pauses in different spots because I guess they did this. Kids struggled, they said, with they thought Y and Z was was Y and Z.
Like
you're saying,
Y-N-Z.
Yeah, instead of and. Yeah, and then
How people that just drop the and. You don't have to change the whole song. The LMNOP. When
they
they
thought that was one letter, LMNOP.
No, you know what? Every kid figures it out eventually, don't they? There's no one out there that's
Laura.
an adult going through life going, LMNOP is my favorite letter. That's the part that when my brain, when they were singing it, you know that like that itch in your brain where like something's wrong, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. When she stopped after L, I was like, why are you doing that?
My biggest fear is like
You're a monster.
I'm just a bad driver. I'll admit it because Lindsay's not listening right now. But I get pulled over, not drinking, not high, nothing. But the officer's like, all right, I'm going to let you go. I just need you to
Sing
recite
the new alphabet.
Yeah, give me the new alphabet.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Okay.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N.
Oh, no.
O,
no.
P, Q.
He's under arrest.
W-X. It's the same song. No, hold on. Let's do it together. One more time.
All right, from the top.
I'm going to do the old one. You play the new one. Let's see how different it is timing and cadence-wise.
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Q, R, S, T, WXYZ. It's the
Now
same
I
song. They
never
didn't
will
change
forget.
the melody.
You can't change the lyrics. It's the same
No, I
letters.
know. I mean,
Oh
no, they took out a letter. You didn't know there's 27.
We are doomed. Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Did I hear you right? There's apparently a mom that thinks the first birthday should not be for the child, but for the mom?
Yeah, she wrote online and said on first birthdays, we should celebrate the mom. The kid can't even say birthday yet, but the mom, she survived the hardest 12 months of her life, being clinically sleep deprived, and her life ruled by a tiny dictator. She's the one that deserves a party and gifts. And a lot of people in the comments were actually very, very pro this idea. They were like, yeah, I've been through a lot. I should get this, blah, 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 blah. But my first initial gut reaction was, no, absolutely not. Are you unhinged? How selfish are you?
Why not? Why shouldn't the mom get to celebrate?
It's not that the mom shouldn't be celebrated, because let me be honest, as a mom of a 9-month-old little guy, it is exhausting. It is a lot. It is mentally, physically, and emotionally draining on all levels, on top of the hormones that you're battling, that your body is just throwing at you for no reason at all given time. So yeah, moms, you deserve ribbons and bows and everything nice every day of the year. But your little one deserves their own special day too. And you can't take the first one. It's just that's just so... we have 2 days a year. You get your own birthday, you get Mother's Day. That should be more than enough to make you happy.
I mean, but it's a first birthday. Is the kid even going to remember it?
Oh, I hate that excuse more than anything. Let me tell you, I take my son places all the time. And yeah, maybe when he's 10, he's not going to remember that we went to the John Ball Zoo all the time. But the look on his face when he looks up at the aquarium, sees the fish swimming around him, that is worth more than anything on the entire planet. And while he may not remember it, I know he is building those core memories and those feelings that are going to define how he spends the rest of his life, and he deserves to have those happy moments, just like I did when I had a first birthday that I do not remember, but apparently I was terrified of my cake.
I was going to say, that sounds nice, but I don't remember it.
I know, but it also makes for good videos, and your family deserves to celebrate them too. So we want to know, should moms get the first birthday party instead of the baby? 616-600-0957. Allison in Grand Rapids, what do you think about this mom who thinks that the first birthday should be for moms and not for the baby?
Well, isn't that what Mother's Day is for?
That's my exact thought, Allison. I was like, come on, no way.
Right. I mean, and that's very entitled. That's taking away any kind of celebration your child gets.
Yeah, but your kid's not even going to remember it, Allison.
Oh, I hate that. I hate that line of thinking. Just because
there
they're
are
not going to...
pictures, there are videos, and it's memories in the making.
And it's for the family, too. They want to celebrate the little guy or gal. You know, it's their special day, but also it's for, everybody else that's been through the last year of this baby's life. They get to celebrate the baby. Just because the baby's not going to remember that you took him to the park doesn't mean you shouldn't take him to the park. That's such a terrible mentality to have with parenting.
I agree with that completely. I enjoyed celebrating all 4 of my grandbabies' first birthdays.
Oh, my little guy's is coming up in a few months, and I am so amped about it, but I just can't imagine making it about me. I don't even like my own birthday. I can't imagine having a second one.
Let me tell you this. Your little guy and Allison's grandkids would not be celebrating those birthdays if it wasn't for you making them.
And that's why you better make Mother's Day very
That's why you
important
have
for me.
Mother's Day.
Exactly. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Allison,
Mother's Day is all about mom. Birthdays are about the individual.
Do you agree with Allison in Grand Rapids, or do you feel different? We'd love to hear your thoughts either way at 616-600-0957.
More from Big Joe and Laura next. And here's what's happening on Mix 95.7.
We would love to hear from you, and if we do, you can win this week's Play Along prize, tickets to the Breakaway Festival to see Marshmello and Louis the Child, amongst many others. So go ahead, tell us how you feel. Should moms get that first birthday party? 616-600-0957.
It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. How long is it till your son turns 1?
Well, he turns 9 months old in 5 days, so...
About 3 months or so.
Yeah. Not
Okay.
too long. We're almost through the last quarter of the year of his little life.
So are you going to do what this lady says should be done, and on the first birthday make it all about you instead of baby Justin?
Absolutely not. No, there's a woman who posted online who said, on first birthdays, we should celebrate the mom. The kid can't even say birthday yet, but the mom, she survived the hardest 12 months of her life, being clinically sleep deprived and having her life ruled by a tiny dictator. She's the one that deserves a party and gifts. And I'm going to be honest with you, and maybe it's because I'm not the kind of person to want to do this anyway, I hate having everything be about me anyway. So the idea of having another birthday party, I don't even want the first one for my real birthday. I don't want to take the spotlight off of my little guy. I want to celebrate him. I want him to have a good time. And I want those photos and memories with my family and friends to celebrate that he made it through his first year. It's not about me.
Oh, man, I would totally be the opposite if I was a mom. It'd be all about Big Mama Joe.
So we want to know, is that first birthday party for the little one or should it be for moms? 616-600-0957.
Let's say good morning to Zoe and DeWitt. So you have a compromise, huh? What is it?
I do think the kids should have a party, but at the same time, you know what, maybe mom could be recognized during that time, you know? Like, that would be a lot nicer than just actually taking the spotlight from either or. Mom's worked really hard, and that kid deserves a day, but I do think that, like, we should do that little side thing for them where during the party, they're like, you did a great job.
You know what? I don't hate this idea, Zoe, because I love something in the art of compromise. You get, like, the first 30 minutes of the party. Everyone else is in charge of the baby. You want to go shotgun a beer. You want to go take a nap. You want to take a bath. You want to do whatever you want to celebrate you, and you get a little gift. You know what? I'm fine with that as long as the little person in your life gets celebrated too. It's just, I don't like the idea of mom getting the whole day to herself. Not because mom doesn't deserve it, but because the baby deserves something too.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, we had kids to become less selfish, so I feel like we've got to recognize that it's not going to be about us. We gave up everything for them. So, like, the day is about them, but it doesn't mean that we can't also be so proud of all the hard work we've put into this life.
You know what, Zoe, I like that. Or just have a second party. Like, you have the baby's party during the day, and then at night you get to go out with your girls or whatever, whoever you want to go out with and have a little night to yourself to celebrate that you survived that first year. I kind of like that. That could be a fun tradition.
Hold on. But, I mean, I see what you're saying, Zoe and Laura, but what if we just did this? You can have your photos and your memories, even though the kid won't remember it. You get all the pictures and videos when they're opening the presents and smashing the cake, like the big cake smash. I know my niece did that, Madison.
Sure.
But the rest, yeah, it's a party for the parent. The kid's going to pass out. We're good to go.
I mean, that's what it is anyway.
Absolutely.
It's just you got to do the first part for the kiddo, too. It can't just be about mom.
Yeah. And it would be way more special if someone else took the baby after it was all sugared and dirty and then gave us the time to spend with the party about us.
You know what? I love this idea, Zoe. You have a great one. Thank you for calling in and sharing this morning. We always appreciate you.
Big Joe's Little Wins happens here on Mix 95.7 Grand Rapids Best Mix. Call us right now, 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957. And share your little win in life, some positive news that we can celebrate with. And you know what? Mine is something that I'm really excited about. It's been a work in progress, but if you hear my commercials on air, I've been going to Age Management of West Michigan, and I've been doing their semaglutide. That's the same thing as Ozempic and Wegovy, and it's helped me out so much. I'm down like 30 pounds, which is awesome. But Laura, it's so weird for me. I don't know if you ever struggled with this or not, but I never felt full before. I'd always eat, and that's how I got so big. But it's weird now that I don't feel hungry all the time.
I can't even imagine what that's like because I feel like I'm hungry whenever I don't need to eat constantly. So I can't imagine being like, oh, I should probably eat. So, like, good for you.
Like, you even saw it yesterday. You're like, you got a breakfast burrito? I'm like, yeah, it's from Sunday when I went out for brunch. Like, that never happens. So
no.
It's really small, but I really feel like this is a work in progress, but I have the right tools now. So that's my little win. Let's say good morning to Jess in Battle Creek. What's yours?
Finally paying off this vehicle that I've been feeling like I've been stuck in for a really long time. It's finally paid off, so yay me.
I wish you were. Are you in the vehicle right now? Because you got to honk the horn if you are.
Yeah, I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm at work listening to you. So
okay, well, that's acceptable. How long have you been paying this dang thing off?
It has been about 5 years now. So it is such a good feeling to not have that payment coming out of my paycheck anymore. So I'm excited about it.
It's like you get a bonus almost. It's like, I'm rich, even though it's my own money.
Yeah, I'm like, what do I do with all this money? Probably go spend it recklessly, but still, I have it. I can do what I want with it.
Well, if you need to spend it on people, we're right here for you, okay?
I got
your Amazon wish list.
Yeah, coffee's all around in there for you.
Well, Jess in Battle Creek, congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment, and hopefully you don't waste all your money, but thanks for sharing your little win.
Yes, thank you.
Come on, share your little win with us just like Jess did. Call 616-600-0957. We'd love to hear from you. 616-600-0957. Big Joe and Laura here on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Laura, I get to tell you I told you so.
Yeah, you know what? Just go ahead and get it out of your system before we even get into it. Go ahead and say it.
But I mean,
nope.
What am I telling you I told you so about? There's so many things.
You know why? Just say it. Say it out loud.
Is it about your car?
Yes.
Did you drive it a lot?
It had nothing to do with me driving a lot. Just say it.
I told you so.
Thank you. All right. So back in May, if you're new to the show or maybe not familiar with what's going on around us, that's okay. I bought a brand new car, 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe. Was very excited. I did literally 6 months worth of research about the car, trying to find the perfect car for my family, my needs, everything we do. We travel a lot. We've got a dog. I just needed a car that could fit everything and do everything we needed it to do. And that car checked all the boxes, hit the budget, was perfect. So in May, I went and purchased it. And I've been driving it a lot because it has fit all of our purposes. We've been to Wisconsin twice. We've been Chicago multiple times, back home to Kentucky. We even went to Cincinnati on Saturday and Sunday of this last week. So I've put about 8,800 miles on the car since May. Now, that's not on average for me for any vehicle. Like my Honda Accord, I put about that many miles on it, driving back and forth between Kentucky and West Michigan when I was first starting to date my now husband. So, I drive a lot. This is nothing new to me. However, last night, little guy's been teething and he's been having a really hard time. So for like the first time ever, my husband was like, hey, why don't I take him out on a drive, get him to go to sleep, and then we'll be able to put him to bed. And I was like, you know what? Nothing else is working. We had spent 2 hours trying to get him to bed. Very unlike the little guy. So I was like, you know what? Give it a shot. He drives out, takes it off on 96 just to be on a road that's really going. On his way back, right before he gets to 131, so he's going 96 eastbound.
Okay.
The car just starts to freak out. A bunch of errors happen. It says that the lane assist isn't working, a bunch of other stuff. And James is like, it feels weird. Something's not right. He has the option to get off on 131 or to keep going. So he gets off on Ottawa and breaks down at the end of the ramp. Every code known to man pops up on my cell phone. He's trapped there for like an hour plus because he also has the key to his own car in his pocket because he wasn't prepared for my brand new freaking car to break down while he was driving the baby around. So they were stranded in downtown Grand Rapids last night for an hour and a half. By the way, multiple police officers drove by, did not stop. I'm very disappointed that no one even checked to see if he was okay with a screaming 9-month-old in the car.
Did he have his hazards on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. One slowed down and looked in his vehicle. Chief Winstrom might be texting you later about that because I feel like that's not cool that they didn't stop it. At least, if they had offered a ride, maybe he could have gotten home faster. But long story short, eventually the car finally starts back up. He's able to putter it back home. And today I am stuck with a paperweight that cost nearly over $50,000 in my driveway. And I want to know, what do I do here? I mean, obviously, I'm going to call the dealership later on this morning. I know it's not specifically their fault that this happened, so I'm not blaming anyone, in that specific lane. But I mean, I just got it serviced last week. I got an oil change. They checked everything. They're like, everything's great. Green flags across the board. And then literally like 600 miles later, the thing breaks down and it's brand new. So I don't know what to do, Joe.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of too late because obviously I told you not to drive the vehicle that much like you were.
It has nothing to do with that.
I'm not a mechanic, but that's probably the problem. No, here's my thing. I hope that I'm right on this one as well. Seem to be on everything else, right? I don't think that this is going to be as big of an issue as you think. Cars now, even my car, which is like a 2015, 2016, as technology gets newer and newer and newer, they're all computers. Like one little thing can shut it all down. So I bet there is one little sensor issue or something, and it's like, must protect vehicle. I will stop at an inconvenient place.
Yeah, no, that doesn't protect
That's how
anybody.
your car talks, by the way, too.
And I'm more mad that I took it in for an oil change, and there's apparently a recall. I found out about it the next morning after doing the oil change. So, like, I've got a laundry list of complaints that when this dealership opens, I am so sorry to whoever opens the phone. You're going to have a bad time with me probably because I don't know how. I literally barely slept last night because I just seized the rest of the night. By the time they got home at like 12:30, I couldn't sleep. I was so mad.
So I feel like you could talk about this for another 30 minutes, but what
What do I do?
Is that what you're trying to figure out?
Yeah,
what's the next step here? What do you do?
Anyone had this happen to me or you? Do you know anything you can maybe do here? I just any advice or experience you may have out there, West Michigan. I could really use your advice this morning so I don't do something silly. 616-600-0957 or go ahead, send us a DM right now on the Mix 95.7 app.
And if you're going to tell her what I already told her, like, hey, don't get a new vehicle and drive 10,000 miles on it.
Stop it.
That's not good advice. She doesn't want to listen to it. We are Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. Laura, calmly, coolly, just breathe and go ahead and catch everybody up with what happened.
I bought a brand new car in May last night after driving around 8,000 miles, traveling around the country for our TikTok and family and other stuff. I bought the car so I could drive a lot with it. And last night while my husband was trying to get our baby to sleep because he's teething and he's having a hard time, little guy finally fell asleep. They rolled back into Grand Rapids on 96. And right as they were getting to 131, the car broke down. Thankfully, he was able to putter it off the road right to the end of the ramp on Ottawa. And then eventually the car did restart and he was able to get it back to our house where it is sitting in front of the house as a $50,000 paperweight. Now, I'm pretty aggravated about this, clearly, because I've owned the car for 2 months. And Joe only has one thing to say.
Well, I mean, if I feel so bad. I wish I could be more happy about this, but
I say it.
I did tell you so.
No, you didn't tell me so. But I want to know, what can I do in this scenario? 616-600-0957. Hey, Joey and Jennison, what do I do about this car?
Like he said, cars have a lot of sensors now, and something faulted fairly quick in your car, and because of that, it's bringing on pretty much everything else and telling you not to drive. So bring it to a dealership, they'll do a quick scan on it, and they'll be able to tell what sensors kind of going out on it and causing all these issues.
I mean, is this like a big red flag, like that I'm going to have more problems with this car down the line? Because I'm like really worried that I should just be like walking away from this vehicle before it causes me a whole lot of headaches. Because I had a 2011 Ford Fiesta when they first came out, and that thing basically crapped itself to death within 50,000 miles. So like I can't do it again.
Yeah, what's the year, make, and model?
It's a 2024 Santa Fe.
Oh, I mean, Hyundais are very solid cars. They are.
That's what I thought. My husband has one, and it has 150,000 miles, and it's a little go-kart. It's not going to stop anytime soon.
Exactly. They're very, very good cars. So I would bring it straight to the dealership, and they'll hook you up.
Okay. Mike in Grand Rapids, what should I do about my car that just broke down after I just bought it?
There is one way to absolutely win with this. You call up the dealer. You kill them with kindness. You be a very sweet person. And you said, I thought when you buy something new, it doesn't break. And when you hit them like that, they'll detail your car. They will be kind to you. They will offer you pickup and delivery. They will just see how much they can appease you on this problem.
Now, Laura's not going to do any of that if you've listened to the show for a day or two. So how do you think this ends up going?
I'm going to try my very best, Mike, to be very calm and kind, because at the end of the day, I know that the individual people at the dealership had nothing to do with it. Clearly, factory warranty problem is wrong with my car, because I know this is not a common thing. I even Googled all the codes because it's a Hyundai, and Hyundai has an app that feeds you all the info. And so I got like 4 powertrain errors and a electric steering error. My husband was driving it. I wasn't even in the car at the time. He was driving down 96, and it just threw every code at him. And basically he got to the end of the ramp in Ottawa and thankfully was in a safe place. It threw every code possible. I've Googled some of the codes. Like, I've seen a couple people say they had this problem like 10 miles into owning the car, but no one with the scenario I'm in.
Then be happy you got almost 10,000 compared to 10 miles.
I guess you can put it. It didn't happen on my way back from Cincinnati on Sunday, thank God. But it's just one of those, like, I don't even know if I can trust this car now. And I had a 2011 Ford Fiesta, whatever, they had all the transmission problems. So I have a little PTSD with this specific problem. After doing months of research, I'm not doing well here, Mike.
I totally understand. And then keep your receipt in case if you have more problems. There's the lemon law that you can actually basically completely wash your hands with the car for nothing.
Okay, thank God, because I do have all that. I paid cash, so like
you just have to drive another 20,000 miles and you'll be set.
Oh no, I'm not going to make it that far. There's no way. Well, Mike, genuinely, thank you for calling in this morning and at least giving me that little bit of insight. I'm going to try what you said and see how it goes when they open today. I am going to try my best to be cool about it, but it's just, I genuinely have never been this mad in my life.
Every receptionist at any dealership dealership in West Michigan's calling out sick today.
Something's clinching right now. They don't know why. And there's only one of them that's going to have to deal with me, thank God. The rest of you are nice ladies. And the one that I have to deal with, you're probably a nice lady too. I'm sorry.
Mike, you could tell Laura this is why we don't have nice things.
It could be. But I worked at a dealership once, and watching people lose their mind on service techs was kind of the best part of the job.
Well, you'll see Laura tonight on TikTok. I guarantee that.
Ooh, let me tell you, man. If I might need the viral content to pay off this damn car, but no, it's all good. Thank you again for calling in.
Maybe you could do an OnlyFans for your feet.
No problem. Thank you, guys. I love your show.
Oh, thanks, man. We love you, too. Well, Laura, I guess just to wrap it up, the last thing to be said is, I told you so.
It's time to play Laura Can't Lose on Mix 95.7. Here's how it happens. You'll have 1 minute to answer 5 questions. You can pass if you need to, and we'll come back if time allows. A tie goes to Laura because, well, her name's on the show. Here's who's playing Laura Can't Lose today.
Let's welcome from Allendale, playing Laura Can't Lose, is Josiah.
Good morning, Josiah. How are you today?
I'm doing just well. How are you?
I'm excited that our Michigan Lottery ticket jackpot has gotten up to $80 this go around. So you might be walking away with something sweet if you can beat me finally.
Go ahead and kick Laura out of the studio so we can play.
All right, Laura, be gone.
Okay, she is in the hallway. Let's get into your first question. Who appears on the cover of the Pokemon Yellow video game?
That would be Pikachu.
Question 2, what is the only U.S. state with a single syllable name?
Syllable. That's hard. Pass.
Question 3, what animal has been dubbed nature's skyscraper?
Giraffe.
Question 4, finish the quote. Quote the Raven.
Nevermore.
Question 5, when Forrest Gump was in the Army, what sport was he good at?
Ping pong.
Question 2 again, what is the only U.S. state with a single syllable name?
Maine.
Let's bring Laura in.
Laura! La, 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 Laura!
So, Josiah and Allendale, what do you like to do, or what do you do for a living?
I'm a graphic designer, but I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons in my free time.
Ooh, okay. What is your character?
Well, right now I'm playing a shifter cleric in a Thursday night game. We're going to play this coming Thursday.
Oh, that's really fun. I tended to be either druids or clerics in general because that's my vibe in D&D, but I don't play anymore because I have a baby and no time.
I have no clue what either one of you are talking about, but I know this. Laura, you have to get all 5 right to tie today.
Oh, no. Josiah, you're smarter than you're supposed to be.
I'll give the answers out after you answer all 5 questions.
Okay.
Question 1, who appears on the cover of the Pokemon Yellow video game?
That would be Pikachu.
Question 2, what is the only U.S. state with a single syllable name?
Maine?
Question 3, what animal has been dubbed nature's skyscraper?
A giraffe?
Question 4.
You can tell I'm confident in these answers today.
Please finish this quote for me. Quote the Raven.
Nevermore.
Question 5. When Forrest Gump was in the Army, what sport was he really good at?
Ping pong or table tennis, depending on what you want to call it.
Okay, well, good news for you and Josiah. You're both smarty pants and tied 5-5.
Oh, I didn't think I had some of those right, so that feels real good to hear.
I thought the main one was going to trip you both up, but you both pulled it out.
I had to sit there you can't see it obviously on the radio, but I was sitting there mouthing out Maine to make sure there were no syllables in it.
Josiah, you were worthy today to come back and play tomorrow on Wednesday for $85 now, that Michigan Lottery jackpot.
Whoop, woo.
Wow, nice.
Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7, Grand Rapids Best Mix. I told Laura I thought something that was pretty common, a lot of people, probably men, but definitely women would do as soon as they got home, and you looked at me like I was the craziest person you've ever talked to.
Yeah, so basically we're going to start this off with the question, what is the first thing you take off when you get home after a long day, whether it's a long day of work, you've been messing with the kids all day, whatever has stressed you out, you finally get to relax, sit down on that couch and enjoy something. what piece of clothing are you taking off? Now, a lot of people, I saw people messaging us on the Mix 95.7 app, and a lot of them said shoes. Don't answer shoes. That's a stupid answer. We know you're taking your shoes off first.
Yeah, and if not, you're a monster. If you have shoes on in the house, that's a whole nother discussion.
We're here to shame those people. Your shoes don't count. We're talking the next piece of clothing. If you say socks, I'm also going to fight you. That does not count. Anything outside of those two pieces of clothing is fair game. And Joe, I think the piece you choose is unhinged.
Okay, well, the thing I take off as soon as I get home is I take off my shirt. I fold it up, a couple of folds, and usually lay it on the counter or the chair, so I'll take it upstairs. What?
I didn't know you folded it up. Keep going.
Well, I'm not a monster.
Okay, keep going.
No, but I like to take my shirt off. It's freeing. I'm a bigger guy, so I sweat a lot, so it kind of just helps keep me cool. It's my own little, AC system of sorts. But I don't know. It's relaxing. Clothing is so confining. If I didn't have to wear pants here at work, I would not be wearing any right now. But legally, I have to.
What you just said is what the logical answer is. The first thing you take off when you get home is your pants, because let's be honest, pants suck. And if you work in an office like we do, your office is probably freezing freaking cold. So like when I go into work, it's hot. I get it to work, I freeze to death. I leave work, it's hot. And then I get home and I'm still in my I don't want to freeze to death at work clothes. So yeah, first thing going is the pants every single time. Now, I might slip into shorts, I might slip into sweatpants, but the pants from outside, A, are covered in gross stuff, and B, I don't want to wear them anymore because they're just not comfy pants, and I'm moving into comfy territory as quickly as possible.
I've always heard that women, maybe if you're a little more blessed in the chest, that's the first thing to go is your bra, but you didn't say that. My wife, Lindsay, never seems to do that. I'm just surprised. I thought every lady, when they get home, they just would unbutton that thing and throw it to the side.
Well, I mean, we do have a DM in the Mix 95.7 app now from Laura in Grand Rapids who does say her bra. So there are women out there that do that. I'm going to be honest. My life entails too many random people showing up and leaving and coming and going all the time. So like, I generally try to keep that on at least until the little guy's gone to bed, and then I'll take it off. But I have to go outside. I have to do things. It's a whole thing to take my bra on and off. So that's not the first one.
You should try
if I'm
it,
in comfy pants, I can still walk out to my car. I can still go do things in the yard, and I don't have to feel bad about it. If I'm walking around letting everything hang free, the neighbors are probably going to have some questions, and I don't want to answer those.
Here's my thought. I would like to have you try something. You could do what you're going to do.
Sure.
But maybe today when you get home, you come through the door, obviously take the shoes off, but try it. Take off your shirt.
No, that's so weird. I walk around with my bra on around my son and my husband.
No, I was going to say take your bra off too.
No.
And just sit down and relax on the couch.
I'm not doing that.
Watch some Netflix, eat some food.
First of all, as a parent, that's such a weird thing to do. I can't even imagine sitting topless on my couch and hanging out while the little guy's like scooting around his walker and his playpen. Like,
he doesn't know any difference. He just thinks like food.
No,
Yay!
he doesn't. He's bottle fed. He just thinks, what is mom doing? What a weirdo.
Okay, well, I think it's totally normal to take your shirt off when you get home. First things first. What about you? What are you doing? 616-600-0957. That's 616-600-0957.